Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sonic Hustle, a complete and total Sonic lore podcast. I'm one of the students, Morg.
I'm the other student, Devon.
And I'm the teacher, Dan. And this week we are continuing the Sonic Adventure 2 Hero Story. It was a little shorter than I realized it would be, but I think we'll have enough to go off of for a full episode.
It's everything I remembered from... It's all the best parts of Snapcube. No,
It's got some Prime stuff.
Yeah, I was, my brain, when the moon got exploded, immediately went to, oh my god, he's pissing on the moon.
Yeah, It's hard not to think about that.
Yeah.
Makes a lasting impression on you.
It's definitive.
But
I don't know if I want to do any preamble. I'm thinking of just handling news in a different segment, recorded post-show. But I will note, there is a Sonic game in development.
ooh.
It's a 3D platformer, exclusively for Apple Arcade.
Okay.
I think Apple is really trying to push on their whole Apple Arcade thing for tablets and stuff. There's quite a few games on there already. Earlier this year, I guess last year, by the time this goes up, but there was the Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is as far as I can tell, a really dedicated recreation of Animal Crossing style gameplay with custom-made Sanrio characters.
Is that when, I saw pictures of, a 3D model of Big Challenges?
Yeah.
Is it from that?
That's where the new incarnation of Big Challenges is from.
Yeah. That's why I know the game, because I'm like, oh, that's Dan.
Yeah.
That's Big Challenges.
Dan's in the game.
I know them.
Yeah. Tangentially, there was also a bunch of non-Sonic Sega games announced, including I think it's some pretty exciting stuff. The Golden Axe, there was one for Golden Axe, one for Shinobi, one for Jet Set Radio, one for I'm blanking on it. It's the beat 'em up Streets of Rage. They look neat. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The comics keep going. Let's get into this. Let's get into the content of this episode, because
let's talk about Cop Killer Tales.
We begin with the Dr. Eggman's single most iconic moment of all time. He hacks into every TV across the world to announce he's going to become the Emperor of the Universe, because he has a satellite in his control shaped like his face that can fire a big laser.
That looked like an asteroid just hovering there for a while.
Yeah, it's just an asteroid until it explodes and we see the rest of the space colony arc. And then he demonstrates its power by firing a laser at the moon and blowing half of it up.
Yeah, the moon's just fucking blown up. That's just who knows what happened to the tides of this world, you know?
I view this world the same as the Dragon Ball Z universe, where the moon can just get blown up and no one really cares other than being like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I think there are a couple things out there that say he rebuilt the moon or something after this as community service or something.
Yeah, you can just put that shit back together. It's fine.
Yeah, just
sure.
There are no coastal nations in the Sonic universe.
That's
Water
fine.
in the moon? No, it's rock. It's just rock. You can fix that.
You see, the twin spirits, Twee and La, from Avatar: The Last Airbender, were still alive and fine, so the moon's gravitational forces were good.
Yeah. I also want to shout out these, like, CG humans that do not look very good.
No, they look so bad!
Did you guys ever see the movie Happy Feet?
Yes.
When I was a kid, I don't remember. No, wait, no, I didn't. I watched March of the Penguins. I don't know what happens in Happy Feet.
So Happy Feet is like this 3D animated style movie, but it has this baffling part where the penguin gets captured and taken to a zoo, and instead of just having 3D renders in the movie, they just use like real people, like they composite real people into the shot, and it looks horrifying.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
That's kind of what I get when I look at these humans. There's like a soulless quality to it.
Yeah.
It's weird because
Except these are actual 3D renders, and those were real people that made me lose my mind.
it was weird because, like, he danced and, like, he just kept dancing and it was for awareness.
He danced and he solved global warming by dancing.
Yeah, he solved global warming by dancing.
Yeah.
Every country in the world decided to stop overfishing and decided to curb the emissions to keep the polar ice caps together for the dancing penguins.
Yeah,
That's
also
so beautiful.
All the real actors they hired to play in the movie.
Also, it was a penguin voiced by Elijah Wood. Just so you know.
Oh,
It was
know
very
the
much
penguin
voiced by
voice.
Elijah Wood. Hugh Jackman voiced his homophobic dad.
That's
Great.
right.
I think everyone should watch Happy Feet because it is wild.
Uh-huh.
I have not seen it in years, but I'm sure it would be way more wild to me now than it was when I first
Yeah,
saw
it has an entire part where, who the fuck voiced Genie in the Aladdin movie? Why the fuck am I?
Robin
Yeah,
Williams?
Robin Williams voices like 5 characters, and all of them are like racist Mexican stereotypes.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Sorry
Okay.
about
It's
that.
like weird.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
At least Eggman looks okay, you know, like he's...
Yeah,
does
Eggman
look
looks
good.
great.
He
Sorry
looks
for
great.
the divergent. I just like sometimes I see people in these animated games, and I'm like, damn, remember Happy Feet?
Uh-huh. Wombo combo.
Wombo combo.
Some other things I want to shout out in this cutscene are, the cutscene begins saying that it's, 6 p.m. on day X. I think that's just what this, historical event will be called from now on.
Day X.
There's it ends with him like showing this timer for 24 hours that is counting down, and he I guess he basically is trying to say either I get to take over the world or I'm firing another laser at the planet.
I'm firing another laser at the remaining half of the moon.
Mm-hmm. You think your tides are fucked up now, wait until later.
Yeah, wait until the entire gravitational pull of the Earth is fucked up.
We go back to in-game cutscenes as Sonic, Amy, and Tails look up in the sky and are just taking in all this.
Yeah.
Half of the moon is gone.
They're not too pressed about it.
No.
They're handling it.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, damn, he got half the moon. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyways, we're under arrest.
Yeah. They get caught by the cops.
What are they fucking
Tails
under
and Amy
arrest
are-
for?
Huh?
What are they even under arrest for?
Shadow keeps doing crimes, Tails has killed cops, and Amy is, around.
Amy is an accomplice.
Right.
Sonic is being framed by Shadow because this world is racist against hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Tails
And
is,
Tails has a mech and likes to shoot cock cars.
Yeah, it was
which,
more like why...
objectively good.
It was more like why is Tails? Like, I kinda knew that with, like, Sonic Shadow, like, mistaken identity thing, but I was like,
Probably
wait,
because
why
he
is...
hangs out with Sonic, but I like to think it's because of all the cop cars he's blown up.
Yeah.
That's true. He also did, like, help Sonic break out of prison.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
They
it's been quite
broke
a while.
him out of prison. They blew up, Cop Island.
Oh, yeah! I forgot about that.
And we begin, the next level of the game. It's a Tails level. It's Mission Street.
Tails goes fucking crazy in this.
Tails is in his mech, and he's just, shooting not only, like, the standard gun robots, but all these, like, cop cars and barricades. He, like, breaks out into the highway pretty quickly.
He has no respect for any city infrastructure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know, it's really cool. I love him.
Yeah. This is the level where you would normally get the jet booster. This person playing, is doing a replay, so they have all the upgrades already.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have the upgrades in the, in the cutscenes. I'm like, where did these come from?
Yeah, I might switch to another playthrough or something if I can find one with better footage.
It is really funny to watch because, like, I assume a lot of the puzzles in this game are supposed to be harder before you get the upgrades, and this person's just flying by them.
Yeah.
It's funny to see Knuckles with, like, all his gear and later, because I'm like, wait, does he have all of this normally? I don't think so.
Nah, Knuckles just does. He's that cool.
He just looks like that.
He's got sunglasses, he's got magnets on his hands, he's got a special necklace we'll talk about soon.
God, he's so cool.
God, he's so cool.
Also of note in this, level is, Tails shooting down, digital wanted posters of himself.
Yeah.
God, he's so cool.
I have, like, really distinct memories of this level. I don't know if it was playing as Tails or playing as... I don't know if there's, like, a part with Sonic, but, like, I have a really distinct memory of being a kid and, like, falling through the hexagons that, like, are platforms.
Yeah. I know there's a visually similar level like this with Shadow in it.
Oh,
I like that
that's
if
what
you shoot them, they fall onto the stage and then they're like a hazard.
I think it's the one with Shadow, but, like, I just have really distinct memories because that's when I learned that video games can be glitchy. Because I can just glitch through the fucking floor. I was like, wait, I made that right. But
but I did it right.
I phased through the floor and I was like, oh, video games have flaws. I see.
Video games can be deeply broken.
Incredible.
Yeah. I learned a lesson that day. But yeah, I think it was actually the Shadow level. But still, this is a very similar, you know, he just is shooting instead of running, I guess. You know?
It's my favorite part about this level, I think it's because the game doesn't want to render the full city, but it kind of just looks like whenever you look down during it, that Tails is just like above a dark abyss or like belly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come to the city where we have our highway going right across the dark abyss.
It like
it's a big river.
I remember
come to our highway where we have our thing right above the big river.
I remember the dark abyss giving me like a feeling of like
Deep Dread?
Yeah, like, I don't really have a full-on fear of heights, but, like, my stomach drops sometimes.
Whenever I play video games, and you know when a character has to jump from, like, a really far height, and they just continue to fall for a while?
Ugh.
That always, like, sends my, like, fear of heights going. I don't know why.
That happened a lot in, like, Mario Sunshine, because of the white void. Specifically.
Yeah, every time it happens, I'm just kind of like where the character just starts falling faster and faster. I'm just like, I'm gonna hit the fucking ground. And it's like, no, you're not.
I was just like, oh, my stomach is on the ground now.
Depends on the game for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It doesn't always happen. It's just sometimes I'm like playing or watching and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking hit the ground.
It happened more when I was like a kid, but it's still just like, why?
Yeah, there's this, I felt that way during a section in, Pseudo Regalia, which I played, a couple months ago. One last thing I want to talk about with this level, is Tails' digital wanted poster. So here's some of the information we've got on here.
Yeah, did you post that in the Ask?
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll save that for the Ask Zone. Or I'll save that for the Ask section.
Yeah, we got some questions about it.
Yeah.
We could go over it then. But, so I think that's it for this level. Around, 10:21 p.m., Knuckles ends up in an aquatic mine. I think he got here while in the sewers?
Yeah,
Can we talk about the sound mixing at some points in this game?
So bad.
The bubbles?
They're so
drove
loud.
Me insane.
Yo,
they're just louder than everything else in the level.
Okay. It happens randomly too, where like characters will have dialogue, or there will be like,
yes!
you know, the rapping over like the soundtrack.
Yes.
In the soundtrack. But the music or the sound effects will be too loud.
Yes, that's exactly what I was
hear them.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, I mostly noticed it when characters were talking because the music was just like blasting over them.
There was like a part where Eggman was talking and I seriously like said out loud, "What?"
Yeah, I can barely hear what he's saying in that like famous cutscene he does.
Yeah, he's just like, and I'm just like, what?
I wonder if it's
turn the music down.
I wonder if it's like fixed in like later versions of the game.
That, or I wonder if it's like how this person's playing, if they just have their settings weird.
No, I feel like it's hard to like, I don't think you can separate like voice and music.
That's true.
In these like kind of games.
Yeah, I think some of it, I think mostly it's just, it's an old video game and not super optimized. Like this is the most optimized version of the game that exists.
Oh yeah, this
is still not very optimized.
This is Adventure 2 Battle. That's right. I forgot. Oh no.
Yeah, I think this might be the PC remake, but I'm not sure.
Great. That's just gaming, baby.
So Knuckles is in a level called Aquatic Mine. Well, I'll go over the lyrics soon. It's like a it's a mine shaft that, is flooded out and full of ghosts. There are some sections that the, person playing in this doesn't go through, but I remember there's like a section that says like, danger, and when you go in it, it's full of ghosts. You gotta fuck around with water levels, of course.
Of course.
Oh, wait, they do go to that section. I'm just looking at it. You gotta fuck around with the water levels because, like, you gotta get to, like, heights that will, getting to certain things requires you fucking with the water levels. And that might be necessary for getting your emeralds and gems. One very important thing about this level is there is an upgrade called the Aqua Necklace, which lets you, swim forever without running out of air. There is a section much, much later on in the game where Knuckles has to do a lot of swimming, And it's way, way harder if you don't have that upgrade.
Oh no.
So make sure you get it if you're playing through this game. But now, it's time for me to read some lyrics.
It's time for the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Dive into the mellow for Aquatic Mine. Audio by Tomoyo Otani. Lyrics by 100%. Everybody flow with me. This is your boy Knuckles. And this is Aquatic Mine. Come on, y'all. Let's take a dive in Aquatic Mine. Once was a coal pit, but now it's a water ride. Makes you want to sit back, enjoy the life, and do things you like doing. Get to shine. It sure beats fighting with them foes all the time. But I gotta do it. They always stay out of line. Sometimes I want to just chill and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems. I stay knuckled up. I'm in a deep cut. I'm seeing skulls that burn. They try to cut me off. Avoiding my luck. I feel kinda stuck. I'm in narrow hallways, running like it's a ball game. Hand tracks be tracking me to different doorways. In a maze. And I don't know what to do. Guaranteed though, I will find the emeralds. Don't call me Knuckles for nothing. I can't lose.
Knuckles, what does that have to do with being called Knuckles? I love him.
There's
a perfect boy who just discovered what rapping is and is having a great time.
For a long time I misheard that last line as like, I need a noose.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Knuckles,
don't call me Knuckles. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
And depressed by the ghosts.
Don't call me Knuckles. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Just like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. I think it might have been based on some old article I read online.
That seems like the kind of article you would read in the age of the internet where people would be like, did you know all the Rugrats are actually imaginary in Angelica's mind?
Yeah. Did you know that Adventure Time is a boy having a scary dream?
Yeah, did you know Pokemon is about Ash in a coma after he got struck by lightning?
Yeah.
All that, yeah.
Did you know that Knuckles said, I need a noose?
Mm-hmm.
That's the creepypasta version of, like, all this is just like, oh no, my corrupted version of Sonic 2 Battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the age of people wanting to be edgy and scary like that, but obviously you can't just post like a creepypasta article. Mm-hmm. So instead you're just kind of like, this crazy fan theory.
Yeah. Sure beats fighting with them foes all the time, but I gotta do it. They always stay out of line. Sometimes I just want to chill and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems. Stay knuckled up, in a deep cut. I'm seeing skulls that burn. They're trying to throw me off. Avoiding my luck. I'm feeling kinda stuck. Don't call me Knuckles. Give me your bucks.
That's your name, kid.
I don't know why
we'll learn his true echidna name one day.
Maybe he's, trying to find a new name.
Maybe he's
like...
Is Knuckles his dead name?
Knuckles is saying that's my dead name.
Oh, fuck.
I think what it means is like... I think Knuckles is trying to avoid attention. Maybe he's gotten famous from the success of his musical career.
His rap career, yeah.
Yeah.
The success of his current rap album. That's so true.
That's so true.
Yeah. Stop pointing out that I'm Knuckles the Echidna and give me your money. And then it just like refrains. It is
exactly.
It's a really funny song.
Who was like, yeah, let's fucking do these lyrics. Like, alright, sure.
Yeah, I believe like the main reason they're like this is just there was just I think it had to do with like just a really short like turnaround for this part of the like the soundtrack. And I think he like supposedly he wrote this stuff in like 2 days, after listening to the audio track, or the, instrumental tracks. I don't know how true that is or isn't, but it's very funny to think about.
It is funny to think about.
So Knuckles climbs out of the sewer, because I guess that's where he was. It's daytime now, and he meets up with Tails and Amy, who are like trying to figure out what they're supposed to do next.
Meets up is a great way to say that they're kind of standing there deciding their next move, and he pops out of a grate in the floor and is like, hey guys.
Yeah, he pops out of a manhole in the ground. But also, like, Tails almost runs him over.
Yeah, Tails drives away and he's just like, hello, I'm still here.
Yeah, he's turned his plane into a car now.
Cause, he needs to, like, chase after the president.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to fucking go get the fucking president before he gets to the grassy knoll.
He needs to kill the president himself.
Mr. President, you're in a car and Eggman has made the entire world the grassy knoll. I gotta get you out of here.
But it's funny because he's like, oh, gotta chase after the president, and just like ignores Knuckles fucking getting his knuckles ran over.
Yeah. Like, he's gotta, like, duck down when, like, Tails just drives next to him.
And,
Tails says, never mind, I'm out of here. More important things to do than your knuckles.
And Amy's like, wait for me!
Yeah, just...
Yeah, did Amy want to drive with him?
Amy could have done so much if she had, like, gotten in the passenger seat or whatever.
Yeah.
That could have been funny.
Yeah. So
she doesn't have a storyline like she does in the first game.
No. She's not playable this time. She's mostly there to, I guess, be
get
emotional
left behind.
support.
I guess.
Mostly there to get left behind.
Yeah.
She's like a weird hanger on to this whole thing.
Yeah.
I like that this highway that Tails drives on is clearly just like a drag race strip.
Yeah. Like, it's full of, like...
It doesn't have, like, actual lanes.
No lanes.
It has, like, checkered tiles that indicate, like, a finish line.
There's, like, these arches that say, like, born to be fast!
Did Sam Speed design this road?
Yes. I have to believe it.
I believe Sam Speed designed this road.
He's the first proponent of the American Autobahn.
God!
And this American Autobahn will be so fucking extreme, dude. No speed limits. Whoever gets to their destination the fastest wins.
Yeah. This is Route 101. And Tails is driving around in a car, and it controls like shit.
Yeah, it looks like the guy playing this is having a good time. I feel like I know I would I would play this and constantly crash into everything.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. You can accelerate, you can brake, and you can drift.
And you can crash into the other cars.
Yeah, you can crash into the cars so hard that they just, like, fly off the screen.
Yeah, they dematerialize.
There's also a boost function, which it's not great. Many years ago, when I was a teenager, I tried, like, doing, like, the hard mode version of this, so I could, like, get some fancy unlockable, but it was not possible. It was tough.
Back in the days when video game difficulty wasn't a matter of skill or precision or anything, it was a matter of how the fuck do I manage these controls?
The the days of QWOP.
Yeah, just playing this being like, surely I could beat this if I could manage to move my character in any way that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Tails is like racing, and it's just a racetrack with laps, and every time you lap, you get like this little like walkie-talkie message of Sonic and Tails are like, Tails, are you there yet? And Tails says, no, just a few more minutes. Eventually you get to the president's limo.
He's having a call with Eggman.
Mm-hmm. Eggman and the president are talking. The president's secretary is also there. The president looks kind of like some sort of like deprotagonized is not the word I want to say. This store brand Bill Clinton almost.
Yeah, it's just combine every like white statesman looking guy from the last 30 years and you'll just get this man.
Yeah, he's on the squad.
His mouth is slightly off kilter, which is, I think, their interpretation of what Bill Clinton would be like in polygon form.
Eggman says that to give up the country to him, or he's going to blow up the entire country with a laser.
He says, Mr. President, once again, the entire planet is the grassy knoll now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're in the motorcade, and I am on the grassy knoll known as my satellite.
The only thing I can think of with, like, the president is just, like, Sonic, my secret lover.
It keeps happening.
It's, you know, we're gonna get to Shadow, and we're gonna see that photo he keeps on his desk.
So true.
Sonic and Tails show up to interrupt this meeting of the minds. Sonic just says, "Hey, Mr. President, keep chill. We're doing stuff." And Tails, I guess, traces
Tails
the
hops
signal
in and then like hacks the phone call. So we can trace it to a pyramid.
Yeah, he figures out that Eggman is in space. And they also figure out in order to get to space, they have to go to his land base, which is a pyramid. So
how did they figure out that it was on a pyramid? They were just like, we just know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's only one desert in this world, and that desert contains the one pyramid. So obviously, he's in the pyramid.
Yeah, definitely.
That is making me think about the Sonic Adventure 2 map that showed when you like go to the level select in this game, you get like this map of just where everything is. And it is kind of modeled after, it looks a little bit like, the San Francisco Bay, which has some staggering implications.
So, this kind of reminds me, when, Going Hunting was still alive and going on, the York New City arc had this thing where characters would just like, drive like a mile out of the city and end up in nothing but arid desert plateaus. Mm-hmm. And we were like, what the fuck? Why is there no like urban sprawl or anything? Why is there just like this fucked up desert out here? And we're just like, man, to a guy who probably hasn't visited America, it must be like this. You must know about like the Grand Canyon, New York City, and be like, they're probably near each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
certainly the country can't be that fucking massive that you would have to drive like 3 days and a half to get from one to the other.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to people, even like friends in like Europe, who are just like, how are you not in another country? Like, they know, but like, it's hard for them to like grasp that you're not even in another state when you drive for several hours.
Yeah, so I get it when, like, games like this design, like, an American stand-in, and they're like, well, yeah, you would go from the city immediately to, like, the arid desert.
Like, yeah, sure, dude.
Those are, like, the locales that I know in America.
Yeah, I guess if you...
It's like, yeah.
Or maybe the city is, Nevada. I don't know.
Maybe, I guess.
Oh, is this kind of like the one fact I know about Soul Eater, which is the main location of the school? It takes place in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah.
That makes sense now that I'm, like, picturing the school. I'm like, yeah, I guess.
When you're picturing the school in the middle of an arid desert that seems like it's out of time and space, it's Arizona.
Oh, okay, that's Arizona. I was like, I don't know what desert that is. There's several deserts in the world.
It's the Arizona desert.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I guess if you took, like, a plane to LA and drove to Vegas, you'd be very confused by the strong presence of desert.
Yeah, like, if you were in New York and it was, like, the Bay and it was, like, the Northeast with, like, some farmland, some forests, and then you, like, took a plane, fell asleep for, like, 3 hours, and you woke up and it was just scrubland and desert, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Someone just getting, like, tossed into the desert. Like, they're just, like,
kinda like,
someone's blindfolded.
And every American there is just, like, alright with it. They're just completely fine. They're like, yeah, this is just what it's like.
That's not even true. I would be so fucked, dude.
I know.
I'd be so fucked.
Yeah. I'm incredibly amused by the map because it does look like you start in, like, the city, then you go across the Golden Gate Bridge into Oakland, and then there's a bit of, like, green, and then it's Pumpkin Zone, then the lagoon, and then it's all desert.
Yeah, that's how the world works.
I also just love looking at this map because it's also got, like, a little Chow Garden Island.
Yeah.
It's cute. It looks like a chow.
Mm-hmm.
It also reminds, I just keep reminding about map design in fantasy worlds. Mm-hmm. I listened to a Naruto podcast and they were joking one time about how the village hidden in the leaves, it's like all forest. Right up until you get to the border between them and the village hidden in the sand, and then it immediately turns into desert.
You're so right.
They're just like, that's not how, like, locales work. That's not how biomes work. It doesn't just immediately shift from one to the other. But it's hilarious, and I love fantasy writing that does that.
I mean,
you go from the forest to the marsh to the desert, and it's all in one.
I've done that in, like, a game I've run, because, one, because I'm lazy, and two, because the world is supposed to be, like, kind of fucky like that, because it's like another dimension. I'm talking about the Undertow, Dan. But
yeah,
it's not how it works if you're trying to be realistic, though.
It's always funny where it's just like we're in dense forest, and then you just immediately cross a border, and it's just arid desert, no rain for miles.
It happens.
I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, and with minimal spoilers, the sort of, like, progression is, you start in, just some green grasslands, just like with some mountainous parts, and then you go to the cursed Shadowlands, and then you go to Baldur's Gate. It's great.
Good.
So, continuing on, they go to the desert where Eggman's, pyramid base is, and, they have to, like, figure out a way to get through, so, the next couple levels are just, like, different stages of them going through this area.
Yeah, they have to have Tails go in to, I assume, deactivate, like, a security system so Sonic can run through, but the door's locked, so they have to have Knuckles go through to find the key.
Yeah, Knuckles is, like, pissy about it.
Yeah, Knuckles is like, why the fuck do I have to? And they're like, because you're Knuckles.
Because you're the digging boy.
You've got the searching levels, so go search.
Go search, idiot.
So we start with Hidden Base. It's a Tails level. Notable thing about this level, after a certain point you start getting into the Eggman section, and all of the animals all of the enemies there are badniks, especially ones from Sonic Adventure 1. While the gun enemies you fight most of the game drop Chow drives or Chaos drives, these Eggman robots, they drop animals, and they work like the animals when you feed them to the Chow at the end of the stage.
That's cute.
Yeah. The thing about the way animals work in the Chow Garden is they have bigger stat boosts in the drives, but they also change how the Chow looks. They'll take some animal parts in them. My favorite is there's this one that's hidden in certain parts of certain levels that's a skeleton dog, and when the Chow picks that one up, their legs get replaced with a little ghost tail. It's adorable.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Are Chows just Kirby?
They're kind of Kirby with it, yeah.
They're a little.
Are they just Kirby with it?
That does remind me. I've been doing one of my friend groups does weekly Toku nights, and sometimes we there have been a couple weeks where we dipped into some really, really old kid shows that use Toku stuff that not Power Rangers, but adjacent to it, and from the 70s
Beetleborgs?
and 80s. And looking at those, I suddenly very much understand the aesthetic of Kirby and where it's taking inspiration from.
Oh yeah.
These sort of pyramid levels, they're pyramid, it's stereotypical pyramid stuff, but also Eggman's face is printed on everything. They just these beautiful statues that just have Eggman heads on them. It's great.
Incredible.
Then we get Sonic's level, Pyramid Cave. This is where he normally gets the bounce jump. You do a little ground slam, and by doing so you can bounce higher than you normally would just by jumping. It's got some really fun twisty sections. It's got some less fun sections that involve manipulating hourglasses and getting stuff around things. You hit the hourglass, you gotta get past the gate before time runs out. There's also ghosts that will grab and inconvenience Sonic. And
yeah, the one that grabbed him scared the shit out of me, first of all. Also, don't like the noises it makes.
Yeah,
the noises.
I hate the ghosts in this are really upsetting.
The big ghost.
Too wet.
Oh,
Too wet. Ones. Knock it off.
I actually, the little ghosts are kind of funny.
Yeah,
they're cute. They need to stop making those noises.
There's also, these generic versions of E102 Gamma, throughout the level. I like that. Sonic's just completely destroying these guys. It's a little sad.
Yeah, Sonic has no heart. He says, Gamma, who's that?
Yeah, never met Gamma, doesn't know who he is. Did meet him one time, but didn't really think about it.
Yeah, I'd met him one time, I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. There's also parts where you jump through hoops for points. And that's sort of the gist of Sonic's level. It's neat. I think there's like a specific speedrunner trick that involves like jumping at the right time during these twisty passages to get to exactly where you need to be. That'll come up again later. For now though, I think that wraps up this level, so we move on to another classic Knuckles stage where he has to get keys to get past the door.
Hey, can we talk about Knuckles' anime addiction?
Yeah.
He says ora ora ora.
He does!
Oh,
he
yeah.
says ora.
He does do that. He's
So
like
this
digging-
is the current anime wouldn't have been out by now because I think that started airing in 2012.
Yeah.
So did he watch the OVA, or is Knuckle an avid manga reader?
I'm thinking Knuckles himself, I think, he probably watched the OVA. He got like they just had like an anime night one night, and he got to watch the OVA of part 3. Which, fun fact about that, the parts released in reverse order. Like the original one was just like the battle in Egypt, and it did well enough that they went back and made one
That's funny.
for the sort of like initial journey. So this is the Death Chamber.
This is Knuckles, and you have reached the Death Chamber. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. From front to back, all I see is stones. I'm glad that I don't call this room. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. A lot of trick stuff that makes you fall into a trap. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. Eggman wants to steal a soul, keep the emeralds and build a throne. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. Not if I can help at all, I will not let him take it over.
It's a series of rooms with that are like colored and are full of ghosts. You've got to do a lot of like digging through mysterious markings to get to hidden or otherwise like hard to access sections. This one could be like a fucking nightmare to try to get all the emerald pieces for, because it's just so much of a maze. And like there's like a million different places where you can find stuff, where you can find emeralds. It doesn't help that the signal only like goes for like one key at a time instead of like in Sonic Adventure 1 where it was less linear. You can find the other ones, it's just not going to tell you where they are. But what I really want to talk about is, of course, the lyrics of this song, of the song that is constantly playing as you're going through this level. So let's talk about Deeper for Death Chamber. New instrumentals by Tomoyo Otani, lyrics by 100%. This is Knuckles, and you have reached the Death Chamber. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber.
Death Chamber,
funny.
Death Chamber.
Death Chamber, Death Chamber.
From front to back, all I see is thorns. I'm glad I don't call this place home. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. A lot of trick stuff that makes you fall into a trap. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber. Eggman wants to steal the stones, keep the emeralds, and build a throne. Death Chamber, Death Chamber, Death Chamber.
Death Chamber.
Not if I can help at all. I will not let him take it over. And then we get a spoken word verse that was not in like the long play. I like pulled this up and from an outside source. Sonic, what are you doing here? I heard you were on a quest for the Master Emerald. You know me and you don't get along. I don't think that's the point right now, Knuckles. I know how much this emerald means to you, and I want to help get it back. Stop being stubborn, and think. Well, I guess you're right. You're damn right, Knuckles. I know Eggman's secret station's here somewhere. All we have to do is find it. I know we'll need a key to get inside. That's our only way to find it. So let's go. And then it goes back to it has an instrumental break and goes back to the chorus.
You gotta love Boys Love.
Yeah. Stop being stubborn and think. Kiss me, you fool.
That's Boys Love right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like to imagine this is like a conversation Knuckles is having in his head while he's trying to find these keys.
Yeah, he's just like talking to himself.
Mm.
I like to think whenever he's in a level and there's like a rap he's supposed to be doing, I like to think he's just doing that by himself.
I know he's saying that to himself.
He's saying they're going ora ora ora, and he's just rapping about what he's doing in very literal terms.
Mm-mm.
Does Knuckles ever be like, what if, maybe he changed his name so he'd be a JoJo, you know? He's like, I'm not Knuckles anymore, I'm a JoJo.
Oh.
Maybe he's, Jukels.
Jukels?
I don't know. I was trying to think of like Juke, like Gandalf having jukes.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe like, Juckles or Jinkles.
Maybe it's Nojo.
Jinkos? Nojo.
Jinkos would
Nojo.
be really good too, though.
The fighting freak Nojo.
Mm-hmm. This is a great, song, by the way. I highly recommend giving all of 100%'s, Knuckles tracks a listen. They're incredible.
Oh yeah, I was vibing to it.
Mm. There is one more Knuckles stage after this, but I don't think it has, lyrics, in quite the same way, so, this is just sort of the conclusion to that. So, after Knuckles gets these keys, he ends up in a chamber where a big stupid ghost is here, and he's very scared of it.
Big toilet mouth ghost, fucking...
Yeah.
I was like, why are you scared of this silly looking freak? You baby.
To be fair, he does cast Fireball.
Yeah,
he can cast Fireball.
True.
He can cast Fireball.
True.
It's King Boom Boo, the king of ghosts.
They were like, we can't be King Boo, because that's fucking Mario's
Yeah. We gotta come up with something else. We can't just call him Boo. This fucking boss is like, it's a big dumb ghost that, chases Knuckles in circles, and you have to like, get all the way around him and, hit a ghost behind him that's carrying an hourglass. Doing this, opens up, the sort of like, these, panels on the roof that, reveal the sun and weaken him. And when he's weakened, you can like hit him. The person playing this managed to get like 2 hits in one cycle, but it is, very, very hard to do, and they don't do it again after that.
Yeah, it looked like a pain in the ass to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was way too fast for his own good.
Yeah, and very, very importantly, throughout this, fight, you get, this King Boom Boo is making, cartoon noises. Just the most, the messiest ghost grunts. I'll, sample some of them here. Eventually, you're able to, get him down in, 4 hits. Also, the music that plays here kinda rules. Knuckles beats the boss, and, they get to, they get past the door and are confronted by Dr. Eggman. It starts playing his theme music, which we'll talk about in the future. And Eggman summons a boss.
Yeah, I love how it goes from one boss fight, literally right into the other.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, this is what we were talking about when we said you can't fucking hear a word he's saying.
We did it! Let's go, Amy! Yeah!
You little thieves! Did you really think you could get out of here alive?
Come and get some, Eggman!
Sonic!
Just leave it to me!
As well as they may off the move. All on you for destroying these pests! Come off my turn!
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Sonic go, Eggman! And then you just hear Eggman over, under the music go, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Just, huh? Did you guys ever see, I'm very into movies right now. Did you guys ever see Kung Fu Panda 2?
No.
I have seen it, but not in a long time.
I haven't seen any
There's a
of
bit
them.
in that where the titular Kung Fu Panda is trying to yell at the main villain, but he's on a ton of rooftops away.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's making a big heroic speech, and it cuts to the villain who can't hear him because he's too far fucking away.
Okay, that's a
And that's what I just get when I listen to Eggman not being able to hear anything, and I vision Sonic just being like, what?
Uh-huh. He's playing his theme music too loud.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like, you gotta turn it down.
It seems like those movies have pretty good bits in them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them. Another thing that reminds me of, though, is Deadly Premonition. There's a cutscene pretty early on where York is having a conversation with the owner of the hotel he's staying at, Polly, and they're sitting on opposite ends of a massive dinner table, and they can barely hear each other. And while they're saying this, it's just blaring this very kitschy, almost like Super Mario World-esque track. And it just seems like they just can't talk to each other over the background music. It's a great moment.
It'd be great if it was on purpose in this game, but
yeah,
it is not.
It is not.
And man, now I'm thinking, what if the golem was Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it was just Poe, Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Jack Black Poe, and he was saying quips while spinning in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, yeah, that too. Actually, that would be better. That would be way better. But
Yeah.
no, I was talking about, the big golem. The big thing that, Sonic actually has to fight.
Yeah. And
It was just a big panda.
It was
Yeah.
just a panda.
that would be That would be great.
He built a panda robot, and when Sonic says why, he just says, I like him.
Yeah. I associate, I feel like I've seen that cat from that movie a lot because people use it as like a reaction image. I don't know her name.
That cat.
Yeah. It's like a big cat, like a big...
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, from the first movie.
Big and a bit, like a... Well, it's not a cat, it's like a... Something.
The tiger?
Yes.
Yeah, the villain from
the tiger
first
named
movie.
Yes.
Tigress? No. Is it?
No.
The
or is it the gray
movie?
tiger?
I can't remember his name. He's like a snow leopard or something.
Yeah. Tai Lung.
Yeah, I think it's...
Tai Lung.
Yeah.
I know much about the Kung Fu Panda lore.
Yeah, I think it's that one who keeps I keep seeing like memes because the face is just very like...
Yeah, he does make a lot of funny faces in that movie. It's a good movie.
Anyway, sorry, back to Sonic. I don't need to...
Yeah, sorry, I like to diverge on this episode for some reason.
It's fair. We didn't pick out a particularly lengthy section of the game to talk about.
Yeah, it's called padding.
So the way the boss fight works is it's this big guy. He can do shockwave attack. He can hit you with his big hands. The way Sonic fights him is he's got to like run around this track and get to these platforms that are sticking out of his back. The first 3 you have to jump up, then the rest you got to do homing attacks. You get to like the little like control point at the top of him. And you gotta attack him a couple times. This one can be a bit of a pain because, it's very reliant on kind of jank 3D Sonic platforming. So you can really easily like fuck up, the jumps, especially when like the guy's animation involves like bobbing a little bit. Below him is quicksand. Sonic if you like fall down there, Sonic has to like constantly jump so he can like get to, one of the little zip lines that'll bring him back up to the track where he's supposed to be fighting. We will talk more about this and a specific ask about this fight, later on. Because, to put it in short, we do get to see this fight happen in the Dark Story, but it's a little different.
Interesting.
And that pretty much wraps up the section. Let me see. I could briefly talk about the first half of the cutscene that happens after this, which is we see this very traditional NASA style shuttle taking off. It's like in the pyramid. The pyramid like peak opens up so it can get through, and we see Sonic like run onto it just in the nick of time, and I guess everyone else is there too. And it flies off into space. And we can talk about it next time. We can talk about the rest of the cutscene next time. Let me just see, how far into the recording are we? We've got a good amount of time. We're not too long, not too short.
Yeah.
Let's read some asks. Let's see. Skipping this first one because it's the one I talked about before. About the pyramid boss. We will save that for later. Izzy, Isadora Spike Cristobal asks, is the description of Tails accurate? If so, how did Tails come to be? If not, what would you correct? So, let us go over this wanted poster of Miles.
Are we gonna
Tails
learn that
Brown.
Tails is kind of like a chaos-like figure who appeared out of the ether?
A little bit.
Is that gonna be part of the Ken Penders universe?
Not really.
Rip.
Tails in that universe was born to, regular human, not regular human, sorry. Regular Fox regular Fox parents, who, disappear under very mysterious circumstances, but eventually get to return to, Tails and spend some time with him. So.
The Fox dimension.
Date of birth, none. Hair, fox brown. Place of birth,
Brown.
none. Eyes, blue. Height, small. Complexion, fox. Weight, light. Sex, male. Debatable. Build, small.
Yeah, not true.
Race, fox.
I mean, yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Occupations, none.
Wrong.
Oh, well.
He's got no job.
No, we know his job is revolutionary.
Yeah.
His job is being a little mechanic boy.
Mm-hmm.
His job is, causing mischief around the city.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Sonic's handler.
Yeah.
Nationality, none. Guess he doesn't live anywhere either.
Yeah,
I guess Sonic and Tails do not have citizenship anywhere.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
guess so.
they're of no nation.
Amy probably does.
He probably does. Yeah, she got her green card.
Yeah.
I like that he doesn't have any date of birth. We don't know where he came from. We don't know where he's going.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because Sonic, like, registered him and when they were like, how old is he? He's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
8 maybe?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I've just been thinking he was 8 for the last 16 years, so he can do whatever.
I will say it lends a bit of credence to the Two Worlds theory, because he just showed up one day from another dimension that nobody knows about.
This is the timeline in which Chris got what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is like, cause one of the comics there was like a Fox dimension.
Yeah.
Do you think this is,
it?
do you think this is, the timeline in which Chris got what he wanted and he became the president?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I like that it says hair is fox brown, and I'm like, he's yellow.
He's yellow
Yeah, he's
or orange,
clearly
depending on the
yellow.
lighting.
Yeah. I guess if he was more orangey, he'd look a little bit more
Fox-like.
fox-like, a little bit, yeah. But he's a funny little yellow guy to me.
Yeah. Tails' like fur color does change in a couple different things depending on like who's drawing it, what reference material they have.
Yeah. That's true.
I think they're like a lot of the old Western cartoons make him brown because a lot of them were going off of like these like beta sprites from development time, and either because of the image quality or because of the because just like it might have been different in that stage. He appeared to have brown fur in those sprites.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I also like that the price on Tails' head is 1 million unknown currency.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be.
Yeah, it's 1 million something.
1 million.
Listen, 1 million's a big number. It doesn't matter what that's in.
1 million credits.
1 million yen. 1 million Mexican pesos.
So, yeah, if it was also like, how did Tails come to be? I have no idea. It's a mystery to us all, I think. Or another dimension, like we were saying.
We also know that Tails is trans, so that's also a bit off.
Yeah, this wasn't very accurate.
Well,
It's
you know, it depends, because then you could be like, well, you know, what is Tails like registered as? Is Tails a trans girl or trans boy? Like, really, Tails kind of goes beyond gender.
Exactly.
Tails simply is.
You can read them either way. It's pretty sick, actually. So,
yeah. Although, I do agree that, Tails is small and light and is a fox.
So true.
All valid genders.
Small gender.
So yeah, that's sort of the gist of what we think of this poster. Our next question comes from Kitty the Cat, who asks, that's Violet, by the way, which other Sonic or just video game character in general do you believe should have dope as hell rapping theme songs?
All of
Big
them.
the Cat.
Yeah, Big the Cat.
Big the Cat.
True.
Who else?
I think...
Video game
No,
characters
never mind.
in
This is going to be
general
cursed. Never
really...
mind. I don't want to say it.
No, now you have to.
I was going to say Silver should have, like, a rapping career, but, like, in the style of all those, like, annoying white rappers that keep popping up every few years.
Are we talking Eminem or Nerdcore?
Is Silver like a...
I was thinking, like, Little Dicky, but, like, yeah.
I was like, is Silver like a SoundCloud rapper with, like, if he was a human, he'd have tattoos on his face, but, like, in a not cool way? Like, there's a way
tattoos and he would look like he's not showered in like 30 years, and you would be like, Silver, you need to make a change.
Like, there's a way of doing like face tattoos that are fun, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but like SoundCloud rappers do not have.
They never do it right. It always looks bad.
Yeah.
They always look like you can smell them from like a mile away.
So true.
Distinctly non-heretical Christian imagery.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of video game characters, and I think I was talking about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door earlier to someone, so I think that's why it's on my mind. But I feel like the little baby Yoshi in that game would try to have a rap career at some point. Like the whole
absolutely.
Like,
I think a Link's only speaking line should be a rap career.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, I am thinking about Mega Man by J-Eazy now.
I don't
Never book smart, money smart, makes him more intelligent.
Oh, that one. Okay, I do know that one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of some other extremely funny picks. Frank West.
Kirby,
yeah.
He's just like rap.
Kirby wouldn't rap, he would sing metal in a la the style of Baby Metal.
Well, he has. Like, that's like one of his powers. He can scream.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, he has, when he gets mic power, he like screams. And it's, I assume it's it's kind of got that Baby Metal vibe. Like, obviously it's just like a sound clip, like a little one, but like, I could see it.
Yeah.
Who do you think in video games would be the most likely to form like a K-pop group?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm gonna look at a list of video games and
Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts is on the top of my list.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they would
one.
absolutely do that.
Demix would be thrilled to be in a K-pop group.
Oh, he would. Fuck. And they would have just as much drama.
Absolutely, they would. I'm just looking at some video games and thinking.
Do you think Sonic's like not Sonic, but like I could see like Amy trying to form a group with like a bunch of girl characters.
Oh, and none of them are interested, and it's so sad.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't...
She keeps asking Blaze. Blaze doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking Cream is like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Cream would love to do it, but Amy has to constantly be like, no.
No, you can't.
No, you're like 4.
You're too young. And then, like, Rouge is like, no. Not unless...
Rouge already has her Megan Thee Stallion style rap career. She does not have time for that.
Oh my god, so true. I could definitely see, Rouge singing, like, whatever Sonic World version of, like, WAP kind of going on. I don't know. That'd be pretty sick, actually. But
Rouge sings Cobra.
Yeah, definitely Rouge. I'll move on to the next question. Teddy asks, the song for Mission Street fucks severely, right? It's so good. What the hell? The music in this game is so good. And you're right. The music in this game is incredible.
Yeah, it fucks severely.
I actually, like, even though it's, like, bad and corny and stuff, I'm actually, like, a huge fan of, like, the Knuckles raps. They're good to me.
Yeah, they rule.
They're great, actually.
They're so funny the moment you stop thinking about them as like someone wrote this for the game and more. Knuckles is just singing these to himself.
Yeah.
They're hyper literal. They like they're just him just talking to himself as he like digs or floats around. He's just like, it's the fighting freak Knuckles.
It's so good. And I'm like, I would listen to this.
Yeah, I would listen to Knuckles' album.
Yeah.
I would be that annoying person who's like, yeah, I should put Knuckles' album on and at the party, and everyone would be like, we're not fucking listening to that. And I'd be like, please put it on.
Or you
pass the aux.
You sign off your tweets as like stream Knuckles. Stream Knuckles.
Oh my god, I would become like a K-pop stan, but it's just for Knuckles.
But for Knuckles.
I'm like commenting gifs of him under everyone's posts, even though they're unrelated. Anyone starts like a thread of anything and is like, who had the best acting career of the year? And I'm literally just posting gifs of Knuckles and be like, he's legendary.
I bet someone's made a Knuckles fan cam for real.
Oh, I'm sure.
Someone's had to make a Knuckles fan cam for real.
Just going to type into YouTube Knuckles fan cam.
Good.
Let's see. We've got results. We've got one set to.
Good. I'm glad.
We've got a couple actually. Oh, there's one with there's a Sonics one I just found.
Okay.
With some fan art I recognize that's pretty cute. That's nice. There's one specifically for Movie Knuckles. There's one's for Boom Knuckles. This is great. Fortunator asks, since we have Tails' poster to act as a base, how do you think Eggman's looks? If Tails goes for 1 million, how many zeros does Eggman have at that point, and how many do you think he has now?
I mean, well, considering he's like an evil, dictatorial super scientist who constantly threatens the United States, but is a white man, I think he doesn't have a wanted poster. And actually the US is, trading arms with him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is officially one out there, for like paperwork
never mind
reasons, but no one's pursuing it. No one's gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, they have it out there because the public would be like, why aren't we trying to arrest this guy?
Right.
If not, but like, they are just trading arms with them. They're just kind of like, can we have some of those tanks?
Yeah, yeah.
It's $10. No.
It's like stupidly low. He's kind of like the Henry Kissinger of the Sonic universe.
It's like maybe
leftists are saying like Dr. Eggman is Pokemon going to die, and yet he just fucking won't.
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman is Pokemon going to die. Oh.
Dr. Eggman is Pokemon going to die.
Not a threat. It's just a fact.
It's just a fact.
You can't ban me off Twitter.
How old is Dr. Eggman? I feel like that's kind of a cursed question, but like because data.
Yeah, that's like asking how old Sonic is in any timeline.
I know.
The answer is always like 16 for Sonic, and the answer for Eggman is always like, I don't know, 42.
Yeah, like it's always like he's anywhere between like 40, 50, like time kind of, but like he could also be, you know, that like one screenshot of like I'm an old man, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah. He could straight up just be 28 and like I would have no recourse for this.
He could be 28.
Or he could be like 89.
Yeah, he could be 28, he could be 108, we're not really sure, but that's just like, that's the first thing that's listed is date of birth, and then I was like, now I have to think about how old he is. I have no idea.
Yeah. Eventually later on in this game, we're gonna learn some things about Eggman that would maybe imply an age, but it's not really clear.
Yeah.
Maria.
Hair, orange, I guess, and also balding.
Yeah. Was it like a H Bomber guy?
They should put his hair that it's just balding.
That just joked that his skin color, it just listed his like skin color as like tan.
Lissa's skin color is egg white.
Yeah, he's egg white. Let's see.
Place of birth, probably none. Eyes, I don't.
Place of birth, egg.
I have no idea what color his eyes are, actually.
It would be nice to believe he just has the Saddam / AOSTH look, where it's just like black celery, red eyes.
Yeah.
I'd like to believe that's what it looks like.
Height, big, I guess.
Yeah, very tall.
Because it says small for Tails, so I'm like height, tall, complexion, egg white, old.
Yeah, egg white.
Old. Weight, heavy, because they like to do fat jokes for him.
Yeah, weight, egg.
Egg weight, yeah.
Yeah, weight, egg-like.
Sex, male. Build.
Sex, yes please.
Sex, yes please. Build. Egg.
Egg. He's shaped like an egg.
Race.
Human?
White. Like, they don't even know, like, they don't put a race, because they're, like, not sure he's human.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, white? Human?
Yeah. He could be from anywhere. He could be Greek.
Could you imagine if he was Greek?
He could be from anywhere. He could be Greek. Yeah. I don't know why that was so funny to me, but, like...
That's probably one of the funniest things Eggman could be, is Greek.
Yeah.
My big fat Greek Eggman wedding.
So true.
Eggman probably does love the movie Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I was talking about that earlier because that's so
Me too,
weird. I was just
Me too, though.
What the
I do like that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I listed that as one of my cozy movies because I watched it a bunch when I was younger. But...
Oh, that is so funny because in my brain when I said Ratatouille, my second thought was My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's such a low stakes rom-com.
It is. Yeah.
It's just, what if your family was Greek? Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Let's see, what do we have next?
Just the last one from Emmy.
Yeah. One last question from Emmy the Mouse. What other crimes is Tails guilty of?
Hacking.
Well, we know he, destroys property.
Property destruction.
Kills cops. Voter fraud, probably.
Murdering cops, specifically. I feel like that's a higher charge.
We've got some activism stuff.
Yeah, activism. Maybe some kind of, like, he could probably get some, like, blackmail, I feel like. Maybe, like, I don't know, I feel like Eggman and Tails have both traded arms. Like, they both trade arms with, like, the American Army.
What's that game that the people on it keep leaking, like, classified, like, US military documents on?
War Thunder.
Yeah. Tails is on War Thunder and he keeps leaking the documents, but it's not by accident.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
He keeps doing it on purpose.
Yes. He's like, they can't arrest me, I'm a fox.
He's like, I'm a fucking fox, I have no nationality, what are they gonna do?
It's on the internet, it's free information.
Yeah, it's not my fault if they do with it.
Oh my god, Tails would for sure, like, leak the no-fly list and have a little,
Tails ran the Twitter account that was tracking Elon Musk's plane.
No, you're right. Yes!
No fly list, big hacks revealing, like, sensitive United States information.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm thinking of...
Maybe that's why he's getting arrested in this.
I'm thinking of that one
Sonic is a wanted criminals because they think he's Shadow, but Tails is already just doing some fuck shit.
I was thinking of that one specifically because Tails being the, like, my arson crime move for the Sonic universe and just having a little, like, oh my god.
Just a website?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a website and having a little bingle. Being like, look, Bingle, the no-fly list.
Just
Tails
like,
is so cool.
Yeah. I think that wraps up our questions.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Well, I guess I'll say what we're talking about next time. Next time we're going to continue the hero story to its conclusion. And from there we'll probably do 2 to 4 parts on the Dark story, then we'll do the final story, and that'll be it for Sonic Adventure 2. I'm having fun with this. I'm looking forward to what we'll talk about next. Next time we've got the Space Colony arc. We've got Tails and Eggman having big gambits. We're gonna talk about one of Sonic's coolest lines ever as he goes to race Shadow. Nuxuge Cannon. It's gonna be a fun time. We will even watch like the Dark trailer, the Dark Story trailer.
I can't wait.
What else is there? I'm trying to remember what do we need to talk about next. I don't remember. I guess we do plugs?
Yeah.
I'm Dan. You can find me at biggerchallenge.card.co, Bigger Challenge on Twitter, or not Twitter, Tumblr, Big Challenges on Co-Host. You can listen to my other podcasts, which include Pod of Greed. We just, by the time you hear this, we'll probably be starting up on the second season of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Who knows what that's gonna have in store for us. You can listen to, Video Games, the Movie, the Podcast, a video game a video game movie podcast I do with my friend Maxie, we're at some point gonna do an episode on the Mario movie, and probably also talk about the Mega Man fan film at some point. I'm not 100%, I haven't scheduled that out yet. That's it for me. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Tumblr and Blue Sky. You can find me at Gengar on Co-Host. You can find me on my other podcast. I'm not sure about plugging 4430, but like, someone from the, check out this guy Discord was listening to it. So yeah, sure. Listen to 4430, my ReZero Watch podcast, even though it's been on hiatus for a while. But yeah, definitely check out this guy. That one is going strong.
Yeah.
Where we talk about original characters. Dan's been a guest a couple times now. Maybe someday we'll bully Devon on, because I think it would be very funny to have Devon and Izzy on the same episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do nothing but torture Izzy on that episode.
Yeah, it would be good. I think it would be funny, and I don't know. You have to make a character first, or we could just.
Yeah.
You could make a character.
My character would be me constantly asking Emmy to draw things, doing the funny dog pose.
No, I was gonna say you could make a character on the episode. Maybe you
That's
should
true.
come on an episode and make a character with us. Anyway, we could talk about that later, but
it could be fun to. You're on We Rate Queerbait. You could talk about how fun it is to write gay characters or something.
Yeah, to make your character gay, and I mean in a way of which they are rivals and they think about each other all the time, and they say things like, what are they doing right now? And he says, they just saved the whole village. And he says, huh, I knew he would.
You should.
Sorry, Naruto takes a lot of brain space in my mind.
You should. Just make a Naruto OC and come on the podcast, genuinely.
That's true. I'll make a husband for Gaara.
Yes!
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out this guy. That's it for me. Devon, I guess we already started plugging your other podcast, but...
Hey, we mentioned it briefly, but you can find me on a podcast called We Rate Queerbait, a show where we explore the blurry lines between homies and homos. latest episode we recorded, Digimon Survive, a game that we somehow got through all of it. That game's like 40 hours long, to which we all kind of realized as we were like going through it and being like, oh my god, this is long. But we did it. Very good game. Y'all should play it.
Yeah.
I think the next one we're doing is on Phoenix Wright.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. And speaking of Izzy, I think my next suggestion is gonna be Kamen Rider Double, so look out for that.
Yeah, you could do some stuff with a couple different Kamen Riders, I think.
Kamen Rider Double is gay because A, it has fusion, which is implicitly gay. I've seen Steven Universe.
Yeah.
B, it does have an episode of which, Philip is like, oh, Shotaro, you can't handle my power anymore, and then like cheats on him. And Shotaro is so broken up, he like wanders through the woods and falls into a stream and just kind of lays there for a while.
That's great.
It's so funny.
I thought you were gonna say, I know Fusion's gay. We talked about Venom on Re Queer.
That is also true. Fusion is gay because we've seen Venom. We've seen Venom 1 and 2. Come on.
Let's see. Next, you can find us, I should probably pay more attention to our socials, but, we should be on, like, co-host and Tumblr and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really keep up with the socials, but, if you check out our episode description, you can join our Discord, or you can just, chat with us, casually on, any online platform. But, what I'd really point to is Noisepace.xyz. Noisepace.xyz is a podcast network. It's the home to, many of the shows we've already mentioned. It's home to many other great shows. I specifically want to shout out Henry Kissinger is Pokemon going to die. Not a threat, just a fact. It happened. It happened for real.
Yeah, it is literally a canonical fact.
It happened.
Yeah, the Discord is now named, Henry.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Why can't I?
Let me see here. I'm opening it up.
Henry Kissinger is properly, genuinely, totally deceased.
Thank you.
But yeah, like, listen to the last episode of the podcast.
They finished it.
Join that Discord where I'm a mod.
You can, every night, me and some other regulars on the Discord will usually be watching something or playing something.
Yeah, it's nice to just pop in sometimes because, sometimes I just don't have the brain space to do it, but everyone's very welcoming when I do just, pop my little head in and I'm like, hello.
Yeah, at this, I guess I'll shout out some, I'll talk a bit about the podcast first, then I'll talk about the Discord. It was, Henry Kissinger is Pokemon Going to Die was a, leftist politics podcast, that, mainly ran from, winter of 2017 to, early 2021.
Yeah. It kind of fell off because the world was absolute garbo and it was just hard to keep up with all of the garbage and with the pandemic, and it was
I can say that from Joe that basically the gist of it was pretty much every host, or at least nearly every host, besides maybe one or two, not enough for a proper episode, just lives a life that's too busy to be doing regular episodes on politics and stuff.
That too, yeah.
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 There's also the classic politics podcast issue of just very heavy topics of discussion.
Yep.
I like to think about how it exemplifies a certain era. Some people would disagree, but I think it's at least worth looking at.
I I think it's interesting, and they talk about, like, stuff that's, like, not just the current politics, too. Like, they talk, one of their, like, best, episode topics is about Garfield Eats, and when they talked about after, Trump was out of office, they had a whole, like, special about, like, all his fucking crazy sayings, and just, you know.
If you want to look into an all-timer episode, listen to the Trump Got COVID episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, just people desperately hoping he was going to die from that.
Not a threat, just a fact.
Not a threat, just a fact.
Yeah, go. You could listen to that if you were ever curious on just like what a particular like subset of people had to say about various political issues of a particular period of time.
Yeah, especially, a lot of, I mean, the bulk of it is like during the Trump presidency, and I think that it's like interesting to look back at.
God, I'm still thinking about Tiny Dancer, RBJ.
I will never not think
RBG.
about
She
that.
died?
RBJ.
I didn't know it. Like her,
Tiny Dancer.
love it or hate it, she lived an interesting life.
So true.
Yeah,
Kate.
so true.
So true. So true, dude.
Oh god, remember when her personal trainer went to her grave during her funeral and just started
doing push-ups?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just push-ups.
He accidentally clicked like a taunt during the funeral.
Cause
he did like 3 of them, and then he like stood back up, like he just remembered where he was. I was like, what was that?
He did a Smash Bros taunt during the fucking funeral.
Yeah, he
literally
typed in like slash push up instead of slash pray.
Yeah. It's like shit.
But yeah, quite a show. As for the Discord, like I said, highly recommend checking out. A lot of fun people there. We do like streams every night, basically every night. It varies depending on like availability of everyone, but the regulars would be
Some y'all go so late. Like some of the Saturday one, I'm like, you start at 10. And I'm like, I'm an old fucking man. I can't do this.
Stolen Saturday starts very late because Argyle first has to go to work and then has to do a Final Fantasy raid.
Yeah.
But we got Mystery Monday where Nick Nick shows a bunch of like mystery shows, mystery movie, and a bunch of cartoons of varying levels of quality, from such highlights as King of the Hill and Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. to such questionable choices as Inch High Private Eye and Jabberjaw. We finished Jabberjaw. It was not good.
No, very not good.
The cartoon started with like just looking for a bunch of Scooby-Doo knockoffs that Hanna-Barbera did.
Yeah, it's one of the many Scooby-Doo clones that Hanna-Barbera was throwing at the wall.
Please, one of them stick.
Then we have Toku Tuesday with Ion, where we watch a bunch of Toku shows and films. Usually start with a movie or like some TV stuff. We've been watching Dogengers. If you've seen stuff about that Toku guy who has like a toothbrush and stuff, he's like in connection with another guy who's on that show whose whole thing is telling people to take their meds. We usually alternate between Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Wednesday and Thursday, Grab Bag. They change from week to week. It's usually gaming though. Friday though, that's Frakes Friday. And Frakes Friday is a night where Gigalithic, noted artist and podcaster, will just find like the weirdest garbage possible to show. And they're very particular about, like, what qualifies, but we've had quite a few things. We've had horror movies, we've had low effort, low budget things, we've had the entirety of the James Bond franchise, and usually we'll finish with, like, some trashy TV, like, The Outer Limits, or, the Knight's Namesake, Beyond Belief with Jonathan Frakes. Lately there's been, like, some ghost hunting, there's been, like, these, like, weird, like, ghost story, fake reality show things where it's, like, all fake and not very good, but presented as if it were, like, a dramatization of a true story.
Is it like that one, is it kind of like that one show that was on, Animal Planet where it was like lost tapes and it was like clearly fake videos, but made to be like found footage?
It's more leans into like the dramatization thing, but kinda, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but, and last but not least is Stolen Saturday with Argyle, where you'll either watch, a heist movie or a Lupin movie, which I guess is also a usually heist movie. Lately we've been, well, it'll probably be, actually, if you listen by now, maybe you'll catch the tail end of it. We've been going through Andor, which does involve a heist.
I do need to watch Andor then.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it before, but
yeah,
love to see it again.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I've been going on for a couple minutes about this stuff, so I think let's finish it up now.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He's the only Blue Live that matters.
The only one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Now what happens?